everybody, it's Dr. Joe and the pups, and it's the holiday season. The folks at Healthmate Forever want me to tell you about their holiday promotions and tell you a little bit about their T12AB. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So if you're interested in purchasing the T12AB, make sure and click on the link up there. And make sure to check out the description below for the promotions. And even if it's not the holidays, they probably have a promotion, so make sure and check out their website. Whew, the pups are sleeping off their sugar plums coma. So I'm going to take the time to tell you about the T12AB, TENS muscle stimulator unit. So this unit is really cool. As you can see, it's nice and compact. It almost looks like a phone, and it fits easily into your pocket. And one of the neat things that I really like about this is it's touch screen, but they also give you a stylus. So if you've got little clunky fingers, sometimes mine are clunky, you can use the stylus, but you can also use your finger too. So it makes it nice where you can just change all the settings with the stylus or with your fingers here. And so what's nice about this is it has the different settings where some are for the TENS and some are for the muscle stimulation. And so TENS is transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, and this is really for pain control. TENS shouldn't contract the muscle. If you're getting a big muscle contraction, you're kind of defeating the point. So really what the TENS does is it's kind of a vibration, and so vibrations follows the same pathway as a pain pathway. So it kind of goes together and cancels out that pain for a while. And also the vibration helps increase the circulation to the area. So it does have a healing component as well. So if you're having a lot of pain, this does a great job to kind of take the place of medication. So if you have allergic reactions to medications, or you just don't want to take them, you don't like the fact that, you know, sometimes they're addictive, a TENS unit is a great way for pain control, just to help take the edge off the pain so you can go about and do your everyday activities. And TENS is also nice because it doesn't contract the muscle. You can put it on the area that's hurting and actually do stuff. You don't have to just sit there and leave it on. You can, you know, drive with it on, you can work with it on, you can do house chores with it on, you can even exercise with it on. So it's a nice way to do that as well. So you can see here, it's got the different settings, and some of the ones that are the electrical muscle stimulation, or the muscle stimulation, has the weights, and there's a dancing person, but you can check in the instructions and it'll show you which one is which. But again, it's really nice because it's just easy to follow. You can press them along here as you go and pick which ones you want. It also has a timer up here, and the button on the side goes in 10-minute increments, so you can just change that. And then the intensity is on the side, as well as the touch screen, that you can increase it and decrease it on the touch screen. So you have an A channel and a B channel here. So when you're doing TENS, you can do 2 electrodes, which is 1 channel, or 4 electrodes, which is the 2 channels. And it really just depends on what you're using it for. If you're using a larger area, TENS is really nice with the 4 because you can get that large area. But you can also do 2. So if it's something like, you know, a specific tendon, or, you know, if I've got a spot on my IT band and I really just want to hit that spot, you can use the 2 electrodes versus the 4 to get it a little bit more narrowed down to that spot. And so that's nice. You can do that as well. And I'll show you a couple different ways to use it. With the muscle stimulation, you usually want to use the 2 electrodes, and what that does is it gives you the ability to contract that muscle. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to activate the muscle, and you're trying to actually contract the muscle yourself. So it kind of helps guide your muscles to know that they're supposed to contract, and so that works really nicely as well. So you have to be a little bit more specific with the placements for the muscle stimulation versus the TENS, where you can just kind of place it where you want to. So again, you can see here, it's got the battery time. You can charge this in the you know, with just a simple USB charger, and they put that in there with it, so it's nice. And then so if you want to change the channel AB, you can change it right there. And then you also have the pause button, and when you hit the pause, they all start blinking. And so that's good if you need to move the electrodes a little bit. You might want to make sure and pause it or turn it off. Sometimes I'll actually move it when it's going, but it can zap you a little bit. So it's best to hit the pause button while you're moving stuff around. And so when you're ready to go, then you can just hit the play button again, and the one that you're using will be the one that's blinking. So let me show you some ways to do it. It's a really cool, just to get a different areas and stuff. So when you're doing the TENS, again, you can do the 2 electrodes or the 4 electrodes. So if I have maybe right here where I've got an IT band issue and it's really tender in here and I can feel that that tendon is really bothering me. I probably just want to use 2 electrodes, so 1 channel. And so I'm going to take that and get my 2. What's also really cool about this is it comes with different size pads. And so usually the smaller ones, you're getting a little more pinpoint to the area. The larger ones maybe would be like a back or something like that. And then I like these because they're kind of a little more versatile. You can use them for a bunch of different places. So I'm going to just say, let's say I'm really tender right here in this spot. So I'm going to take the pad here and just maybe place it down here a little bit. Be careful when you're placing it over a nerve area. There's a nerve here because that might contract the muscle a little bit. And then I'm going to place it kind of in the general area. So if that IT band is hurting along here, maybe I'll do that. You can do a larger area since the IT band comes up into that TFL, but I'm just saying maybe that spot specifically is getting me. So I'm just going to do the setting 1, which I've tried all these and that's the one I like the best. When you're doing the settings, it does have different things like acupuncture, kneading, things like that. But I say just try different ones because you might find that one works better for you where maybe the 3 or 4 setting works better for me. So when it's TENS and it's pain control, you really want it to be your comfort level. So, it might be a specific setting that's supposed to be for that. And some people might say you need to use this specific wavelength or frequency. But I say, if it feels good, use that setting for you. So I have it on 1 right now, and I'm just going to use the side here. And so this is on A. So I want to make sure that the A is blinking, and it is. And then I'm just going to take it up. And so I can feel it. It's nice and comfortable. But you see, I'm not getting a contraction. I don't want a contraction for that TENS. So that's what I want. I don't want it to be painful. This is for pain control. So you really want it to be strong, but you want it to be comfortable. And so that's how you would use the 2 electrodes. So I'm going to take it back down, and then I'm going to add in the other channel. And let's say my quad here is really sore and I want to just get this whole area. Maybe I've kind of strained that muscle a little bit. So when you're doing 4 electrodes, 2 channels, you want to make sure that they cross. So you can do that a couple different ways. I could leave that one here and then cross this one over here, like this is the area that hurts, and then take this one and put it across this way. So the reason that you really want to cross the channels, and again, you don't have to have it in specific spots for the TENS, is because if this is the spot that's hurting, I want it to cross in that spot, so I'm getting the channels both ways with that one. So then you have the 2 different channels, so I'm going to take it up 1 with the A, and then I might want to then switch it to the B and take it up 1. I usually like to go 1 at a time just so I'm getting the full effect. And so I'm already feeling good. I could probably go a little higher, so I might go higher again with the B, switch back to the A. And so again, I'm not getting a muscle contraction. I don't want the muscle contraction for the TENS. If it started contracting, what I would either want to do is take down the intensity or maybe move the electrodes around a little bit because I might be over a nerve or just a spot that has a little bit more contraction component. So that's how you would do that. So that's just a nice way to get a more general area with the 4 electrodes. So I'm going to show you now the stimulation, the muscle stimulation component, and that's if you really want to actually activate a muscle. And so the way you would do that, let's say I'm trying to get more dorsiflexion, that anterior tibialis muscle. This is the one I want to activate because maybe it's not working how it's supposed to. Maybe I've had an injury or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take back off just so I have the 1 channel. And I'm going to put these up real quick. And with the muscle stimulation, again, you really want to be more specific where you put the electrodes. And the reason for that is you're trying to get it in that specific muscle to activate it. So you want it to kind of follow along those muscle fibers. If you are in a clinic, they usually have a probe where they can find the exact spots. You don't have to be 100% accurate. It's not something, super scientific, but if I pull up, I can see where that muscle is. Now, if you need the muscle to be working, you might pull up and it might not really be activating, but kind of do some anatomy or talk to your physical therapist and find out where that muscle belly is that you want to activate. So for the anterior tibialis, it's right through here. So I'm going to kind of place it here, and then maybe just a little bit lower by my holiday socks on the muscle belly there as well. And so now I'm going to change it to the muscle stimulation one. And so I'm going to do the one that has the dumbbells on it, and that just kind of shows that that one's more for the muscle stimulation. So now this is channel A, so I want to make sure that it's on channel A. And then as I go up, I'm just waiting until I get enough intensity where you can see how my foot kind of turns like that. So it's getting more of an E version. I would maybe want to put it a little higher up, but just to show you what the general thing is, I'm not doing that with my foot at all. That's the muscle stimulator doing it. So with this, you want it to be pretty strong. It's going to be uncomfortable. This is not for comfort. This is to activate the muscle. But what you do want to do is when it's activating, you want to activate your muscles as well. So when it goes over, I'm pulling over as well too. And that helps encourages me to activate those muscles on my own. And that helps retrain and strengthen those muscles. So it's not going to bulk the muscles up, but this is to help retrain after you have an injury. So if that was going a little more out than up, I'm taking it all the way back down, and then I'm probably just going to move it up a little bit. So with the muscle stimulation, you can see you have to change it a little bit. And then when I go up, see now that's taking it up just a little bit more. So you might have to play around with it just a little bit. But once you get it figured out, then you kind of know where those spots are. So there you have it. That's how to use the T12AB. Make sure and check in the description below for the link to the discount. And if you'd like to purchase the product, click on the link up there. And don't forget to subscribe. Where, Miss Remy? Down there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.